good? Oh, I felt like DMX. I'm sorry, man. but hey, welcome back, man, to another episode of Uncensored Mics. You got DA here, man. We got three of the fellas. I'm sorry. We got Nori, we got Mel, we got T'Challa. Eggy couldn't be here, man, but he sends you his best wishes, man. He's a little busy at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he'll hop in on the next one. As you heard me barking at the beginning of the episode, man, we kind of opened this episode on a sad note with the passing of DMX, Earl Simmons. Me growing up, man, he meant a lot to me. He inspired me. I'm pretty sure, as everybody used to do when they were young, I used to want to rap or try to be a rapper, and DMX was one of the guys who was pivotal in my upbringing, man, and just inspired me to just want to rap. And I'm attracted to a lot of artists who bring a lot of pain in their music. I was a huge fan of Tupac. He's probably my favorite artist ever. I was a huge fan of Beanie Siegel, who's probably one of my favorite artists ever. DMX is one of my favorite artists ever. And something that they all have in common is a lot of pain, and something that's relatable, and something that's very expressive, and something that you can feel in the music. So I'm very saddened by that. I remember getting ready to get up and go to school in the morning. I probably was in like the 8th or 9th grade, and every morning Slippin' used to come on MTV. Yeah. So it was like Slippin' would come on, and then Eminem, Hi, My Name Is, would come on, and it would be like that every day. So not only DMX doing that, but just making history and being, him and Pac are the only two artists to ever release 2 #1 albums within the same year. So when you do something like that, man, that's legendary. And talking about what he did for Def Jam with saving them damn near single-handedly, what he did for Rough Riders with putting them on the map damn near single-handedly. So I want to go around the room, man, and just get you guys' thoughts and just how y'all feel about it, and his untimely passing. And before, it was weird because he was just on Drink Champs, and like he was like, if I left today, I lived a good life. So that's kind of crazy to, knowing that he was at peace to think, yo, if that shit all ended today, they don't cry for me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I was a big fan of X too, man. And I know he had that battle with drugs and other things, man. And we all on the outside looking in know he went to rehab and was trying to get it together, man. But he seemed like he was a real good, genuine dude, man. And
before you see that in all the videos, like it's love.
It's always love.
It's like no. Yeah. It's like always genuine love. It don't seem like something that's forced. Yeah. Something that's, you know what I'm saying? Like his love and his just passion just seems genuine.
Yeah. It wasn't fake just because I'm embracing or dapping up another industry dude like I always do. But now it seemed like he really, it was genuine. You know what I'm saying? He dapped up, love her. Yeah, fans too, not just other people in the industry or whatever. But I'll tell a story, man. Back in, I want to say 98. Just to put it into perspective of kids like my son's age or the younger generation that don't know DMX when he was that dude, when he was that man. Because now, you know what I'm saying, he's not as relevant as far as making music, but he still is a legend in the game, of course. But back in 98, when he first got on and put out the 2 albums you just spoke about, I went and saw a concert with him and Jay-Z and a couple other people, but him and Jay-Z was the 2 main guys. And at that time, Jay-Z was already at superstar status. He had the Annie joint out, which kind of took him to that next level. So I remember on the way, me and my cousin to the concert, yo, dang, man, yo, Jay is the man, but yo, this new cat DMX is popping right now, so who gonna be the headliner? Who gonna come out last? Who gonna close the show? I said, man, gotta be Jay-Z. I said, X is killing it now, but he's new, and Jay kind of still, I thought, was up here. But we got there, show went on, Jay came out second to last, DMX closed the show. He was the headliner. And I was like, dang, wow. You know what I'm saying? So just to put into perspective, everybody know who Jay-Z is now. We know who he was then coming up in our era. But now, like, my son knows Jay-Z music, but he doesn't know DMX music. So I'm just saying to put it in perspective, at one point
Was
in
that
time,
the Hard Knock Life tour?
it might have been. It might have been. At one point in time, DMX was that dude. He was the man. Even over Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all know Jay-Z is a businessman and all this and that now, but...
Even with that, when they did the Rough Riders Cash Money tour, Juvenile, who was probably the biggest artist in the South, like DMX was closing out that show. Over a guy who sold, what did 400 Degrees do? Yeah.
I think 4 million or something. So, yeah. I mean... You know, he was that dude at one time. He was the man. And, you know, his first couple albums, you can say, are classics. Some people may say the third one was. In my opinion, I think the first two, especially the first one, classic.
Undeniable.
Yeah, undeniable. The second one, we can, you know, but, yeah, he was just that dude, man. He was that man. The way he hit the game was so hard. I never seen no rapper hit the game besides 50 Cent and Snoop. Them two. Probably in the order of 50 Cent, Snoop, and then X. Them three right there hit the game, the rap game, so hard that everybody was just gravitated to them and was buying their album and was bumping them. Every car rolling by, you know what I'm saying? So his impact was strong in the game. I mean, he was really that dude, man. And it sucks to see, you know, I mean, he lived 50 years old, so he lived a long life. And like you said on the Drink Champs, he said, you know, if he passed away, he felt like he lived a good life. And you know what I'm saying? And we also see that when people pass, they point out negative things. Like you posted an article about houses he's lost over the years.
From the New York Times. New York Post.
Yeah. See, they do stupid stuff like that. But I mean, I remember when X was doing his thing, a lot of positive things he did. I remember it was a church that was about to close down in New York, and he gave $200,000 or something like that. Just something that I remember that popped in my head. He gave $200,000 to keep that church going and open up there in New York somewhere. I don't know if it was a church from his hometown or maybe it wasn't, but it was in New York. So, and then we hear and we've seen video on her stories about other things that he done. Now. Yeah, that's coming out now. So, you know, you just got to put those good positive things he did and that positive energy he had. Just, just push that out there, man. And, you know, everybody got negative stuff. We know his drug battle and the addiction he had, man. But you got to look past that. I mean, he, like I said, he still was a good dude. He did some great things. He influenced a lot of people's lives through himself being who he was and through his music and his energy. He just was a good dude, man. So, man, I send condolences out to his family. He had quite a few kids. I think he had over 10. Yeah, 15. I knew it was double-digit kids. So, you know, man, I hope they can be, you know, strong in this time and just get past it, man. And I guess when they send him a farewell concert or funeral, whatever they end up doing, I know it's gonna be big. So, if they air it or if it's online or something, I'll definitely watch it and check it out, man. But I just want to give my condolences to his family, his friends, all his close loved ones and stuff, man. X definitely made a mark on the game and not just in music, but just, like I said, being the genuine person he was, his energy, his good vibes and stuff. So, that's what I got to say, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I agree with pretty much everything y'all just said. R.I.P. to X, man. The dude was huge. Like, 1999 was pretty much his year. Mm-hmm. Like you said, everybody was bumping DMX, man. Yeah. The dude, and what I like about him the most, like you said, his passion, that he was passionate about what he did, his energy. But he was, like y'all say, he was genuine. And everybody got an X in their family. Mm-hmm. Everybody. Mm-hmm. You know,
or two or three.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know, he was your dad, your brother, your uncle. He was somebody in your family. Well, we all got somebody like X in our family who battling demons. And he was so public about it, you know, and that's what drew me to him more. Like, he didn't have nothing to hide. Mm-hmm. You ask him a question, he gonna answer it straight up. Like, I can remember this interview he gave. I can't remember who he gave it with, but he was telling them about how he ended up getting hooked on crack cocaine.
Somebody mentor.
Yeah, somebody he looked up to laced his weed with crack. He was 14 years old at the time. Yeah, like, crazy. How can you do that to a child, man? Mm-hmm. So the demons he had was real, but he was trying to fight it. You know, he admitted his addiction and why and how, but he was fighting it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, this man was doing everything in his power to be a better person every day. But sometimes those demons are so strong, especially when you get hooked at that young of an age, man, and then you get hit with stardom. now you got everything at your disposal. You know what I'm saying?
Some people can't handle stardom sober.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So there's some people that stay sober their whole lives and can't handle stardom.
Yeah.
So and he had his demons, but we know how media can twist stuff. Who's to say it was even a drug overdose? It could have just been a heart attack.
His family said it wasn't.
It could have nothing to do with drugs, but because he had a past, they want to throw that's what's gonna get the clickbait. DMX dies or go into a coma over drug overdose, and it's like, if it would have happened 6 months later, they would have said COVID.
Well, it's funny that you say that because his family said it wasn't drugs, but he did get the vaccine like a week ago, and that's what his family said. That's not media. His family actually came out and said.
And I heard a report that's saying that when he went into his coma, he ended up getting COVID.
Yeah. He tested positive.
Yeah, for COVID.
And he just got the vaccine.
Man, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
That we touched on before, but I was talking to Nah, and he was saying he's supposed to send me the article. He said he read an article where Jay owns DMX's masters, and he was going to set it up. He was going to set it up to where the royalties off of the masters would go to his kids.
Yeah, I heard he just bought them.
Yeah.
Him and Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
If the article is true,
that's what's up.
That's good.
That's what's
Take
up.
care of them kids, man.
But
15 of them.
Yeah.
And another thing about X, all of us being from the South, growing up, there were clear divides in the music lines.
Yeah.
Man, us down here, we don't really listen to blank. Up north, we don't really listen to Trick. We don't listen to
none
Luke.
of it. Yeah.
So X transcended all of those musical boundaries.
Yeah,
if you're an artist back then who could do that, Pop, X. Some artists just cross those musical lines when back then, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Jay was primarily New York. Big was primarily New York. Q, Pop. X transcended those lines, man. And for him to do that, and I don't really give a fuck about the addiction, man, because, white people, some of your favorite artists have battled addiction.
Shoot, look at what's the dude? They actors and actresses too. Iron Man.
Yeah,
Yes.
Robert Downey
was in Winona Ryder.
Yeah,
Elvis.
Some of the huge stars.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
So let's not. I have family members who have been addicted to drugs. So I'm never one to be like, oh man, blah 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 blah. I know. I've seen how that can affect people, and they can try their hardest to like kick that shit, and just sometimes, man, you just
can't.
They just can't.
They got a chokehold on you. You
Yeah,
can't let
man,
go.
they just can't. So that's sad, man. That's sad. But prayers up to everybody affected by that personally, and even if you're just a regular person, like these four guys on this podcast right now.
And just to add real quick, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But X had a way of praying that where it moves everybody that hears it, that hear him pray. Like the dude was special, man. Like he could just off the top of the dome say a prayer that'll touch everybody, man. So the dude, he was spiritual. I think the world has lost somebody great, even though with his past and everything, but he was a special dude, man.
Yeah, he was. And he did a prayer on every single album he put out. He had a prayer on it, which was kind of the thing he did, which I thought was cool. And he was working on an album now, or I think it just finished. Him and Swiss Beats, was doing their thing. So if it ain't finished, I'm sure they'll, put something together and make it complete. But I'm looking forward to hearing that, because it'll be his last work. And another crazy story, me and Concepcion, y'all know Concepcion that work at the factory with us. Me and him was gonna go see X like 2 years ago, man. They was coming with a Rough Riders tour down here, which is a crazy story. They was coming to down here, and we was gonna go check them out. Actually got the tickets and everything, and then X, the tour got canceled because X checked itself into a rehab. So it canceled the whole tour, of course. So we was like, dang. And I remember Sep saying, dang, I really wanted to see X this time because we don't know how much longer he gonna be around. We know he battling addictions and stuff.
And just able to perform at that age.
Yeah, exactly. And then
and he still brought the same energy. like I saw some recordings and he was like pretty much rapping over the tracks.
Yeah.
Same energy.
And then him and Snoop just did that versus a few months ago, and he was, energized and doing his thing on that. I mean, a little out of breath because, he put on a little weight and stuff, but that come with age. Yeah.
He probably ain't did this type of
shit.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but it was good seeing that versus, man. That was a good one. And, yeah, man, he still had it. So when he put out this album, or when Swiss or whoever puts this album out, I definitely, I'm going to check it out. Yeah, everybody going to, see what it sound like. But, yeah, man, we got to keep pushing on. But his his legacy would definitely live on. Like I said, he did some great things. His music was good. Like you said, he was passionate in his music and everything. So, yeah, man, we just keep pushing on. But once again, I just say condolences, and I think that's a dope thing for Jay and Beyonce to do that for those kids. Because I mean, we don't know financially, as far as what X has set up for his kids. Hopefully, it was something, but if not, it sounds like those masters, that Jay and Beyonce, bought or whatever, would definitely take care of those kids for life. So yeah, that's good, man.
Hey,
So,
before we move on, I was just talking to Drew from the Bush League podcast last night. X passed yesterday, right? Where they officially. I think that was a day after the 3rd year anniversary of Haddock passing, which was kind of coincidental to me. But I want to say R.I.P. to my boy Bernard Haddock. It's been 3 years now, and miss you, bro. I mean, another special one lost in the month of April, but 3 years now.
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, man, and that again, before we move on, that kind of harkens back to what we, what was brought up in the last, the episode we did, and it was just about like life, just how fast like life moves on, and you wake up and that shit is Haddock, somebody I used to talk to, of course I wasn't as close as, Jay Will and, T'Challa, but that was somebody who every time I saw him, it was love. It wasn't never I couldn't say, oh, that was my best friend in the world, but that was a solid fucking dude, man. The energy was always good. He was always smiling. He was always joking. He blinked a little bit too much for me, and that's a dude like, oh man, working out in shape, and then you wake up and that shit is like, so that if anything, man, that teaches me to be like, yo, bro, if you want to like live, go live, bro. You want to do some shit, do some shit.
Don't hold no grudges, man, because it ain't gonna do nothing but bring you down.
Don't keep that shit on your spirit, because you could wake up, I could leave here, and then, the last time I talked to my son was this morning. And then, I don't want that to be an argument. I don't want that to be me yelling at him or anybody. Yeah. And it's just like, man, like life is short, man. It's short. And then you look at, oh, man, he had 50 years. That ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you think about what he could have had. Yeah. So, that's sad, man. But, hey, if y'all listening, go live, man. Go live and do some shit. Y'all want to, snort coke. Hey, man,
do you
live your life? Hey, man, you only live once,
you only live once.
And I was reading a book, and the life expectancy of our ancestors was 100. The average life expectancy was like over 100 years old for our ancestors. So, genetically, we can live longer than we do.
Supposed to, dude.
Yeah, we live longer than we.
It's the world and pretty much the stuff that they put in your foods and how things are made and processed. Yeah. That's what's shortening our lives, giving us disease,
stress that you have now that you didn't have back then.
Yeah.
So
stress adds a lot.
Yeah. But on to something brighter. Nori, you're a Carolina fan, right?
Yeah.
Why did Hubert Davis tell us that he had a white wife?
And was proud of it.
Ain't his name Dave?
Yeah, Hubert Davis. Right?
Yeah, Why did he tell us he had a white wife?
Proud.
Yeah, he proud to have a white wife, he said, and proud to have, proud of his mixed kids, man. I don't know, man.
But Hubert Davis, the first black coach at North Carolina.
Yeah.
And, just to give some backstory before Nori gone, he was hired at North Carolina. He was an assistant coach under Roy Williams. He played for North Carolina. And in his introductory press conference, unprovoked, he said, I'm a black man and I'm proud to have a white wife.
Yeah, it was kind of weird and awkward, man. I don't know where it came from.
And you think she told? You think she
told
told?
me, hey, you go in there and you let people know.
You better let the world know.
Shit, I don't know, man.
It came from out of nowhere.
Yeah, but it was out of nowhere, and I don't even know if he explained it because I'm sure all the questions and people asking him, and he'd hear people talking. But I don't even know if he came out and explained it. He probably said, "Fuck it, I ain't gotta explain myself. I said what I said, and it is what it is." But I don't know. That it just was weird, man. I don't know why he came out and felt like he had to say that and had to let that be known. I don't know. I can't even say much, man, because I don't know why he did it. It just was different. But I mean, besides that, hopefully he can coach them to some good seasons. I mean, he's following future Hall of Fame coach. So, like I said, hopefully he can do his thing. But he already got people talking, and he already behind the 8 ball. I mean, come on, storied franchise or storied school that's known for basketball. I mean, he got a lot of work ahead of him, man. And starting off by saying some wild, weird, out of nowhere stuff ain't looking good for him. But I don't know. We'll see how it go from there, man.
Yeah, I think if anything, like, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
For it to be like it was unprovoked. I mean, I don't even get, and it's not because he had a wife. I just don't get why he brought it up. Like, to me, it just didn't make any sense.
No, it didn't.
Like, it was like, yeah, man, we're here to talk about basketball, but yeah, I'm proud to be it just didn't make sense, man. It didn't make sense. So, and I don't think people are knocking him for having a white wife. I think people are knocking him for the fact that he just said it like so out of nowhere.
And I'm proud.
I'm proud my kids are mixed. And it's
like, you can be proud of a lot of stuff, but your wife is your wife. Mm-hmm. Your spouse is your spouse. Yeah. Like, I'm proud of her accomplishing this. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of her accomplishing that. I'm proud that she's white.
I didn't even need to know you were married, bro. Just come coach this team, man.
Yeah. Like,
tell us what you're gonna do.
It's the weirdest thing. Like, you proud of her being white? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I'm proud of her being my wife, doctor, whoever, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of her accomplishment.
Not of somebody's race. Like, that's the weirdest thing, dude. Like,
and he hasn't came out and like responded
cleaned
to
it up.
Nothing. He probably just like, it was a few days ago now, so they probably just let it fade away, I guess. So to speak.
Hubert Davis say, "Fuck y'all, nigga."
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm in the house.
I said what I said. Fuck it, it's over. Move on. I'll see y'all next basketball season. He probably say we'll forget about it by then.
I think that it's North Carolina, so it ain't gonna hurt him recruiting wise. But some kid gonna be like, nope. Their parents gonna be like, nope, you're not going there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That could happen for sure. You're right.
Especially with the way things are starting to turn now with recruiting. A lot of kids who's good starting to go to the HBCUs. So we're gonna see how that wave ride and how many kids gonna.
Yeah,
that's a good question that T'Challa just pointed out that I didn't even think about prior to now, and we can kind of, I guess, move off of Hubert Davis, but it was something that I wanted to bring up, knowing that I think as far as football may be a little different. So let's say basketball. I think T'Challa, let's say your son is 6'8", destined to go to the league. If he's a pro, he's a pro. Mm-hmm. No matter what school he goes to. What would stop anybody's son from picking FAMU over Duke? Because if you're a pro, you're a pro. And Zion, no matter what fucking school he went to, he was only going to stay there a year. Mm-hmm. So what do you think needs to change for Zion to say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm only going to college for a year anyway. Let me pick FAMU. Let me pick Howard. Let me pick, you know what I'm saying, Grambling. Let me pick schools like that. I think
it started at home. It's if you a kid who destined for the pro, no matter what, it's what your family, if you listening to them, it's what they tell you. Like, take for instance, Master P. He knew, I mean, all the offers he got.
His son can go anywhere.
Yeah, and he knew, I think he said, where did he go? He picked
Tennessee State?
State. Yeah. He said they came in late, but I don't believe that they came in late. He knew he was going to be a game changer and try to start this new
wave. Little schools like that are some of the first ones you get.
Yeah. Like, you get some of the best players coming out of those schools. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I want to see what's going to happen next. Because if it's my son, and if we going to change the way this whole landscape is changed as far as how the dominant schools get to do pretty much this, that, and the other compared to the HBCUs or the smaller schools, but you destined to go to pro, we finna change the game.
You're gonna be a pro no matter where you go.
And 9 times out of 10, you play with other elite players, so you can get maybe 1 or 2 more players
To come with you.
to come with you.
Bro, let's go here.
I think it comes from the whole systemic and stigma, because think about it. Before schools were segregated, we had those HBCUs. We can only go to those HBCUs. We couldn't go to the Alabamas and the Florida States and the Floridas and stuff like that. We couldn't go to those schools. So the only thing that we could do was go to those HBCUs. And we had the Negro League and stuff like that. We had our own leagues. But once they said, okay, now we can cross over and go to those schools. Now it's like now our schools are not good enough anymore. In order for us to make it or be whatever, we have to go to the big name white schools.
But go ahead.
We have to go to the big name white schools. And then once that trend started to where everybody felt in order to get into the NFL, we have to go here. Then more and more they start to devalue, going to an HBCU over going to these big name schools.
The thing of it was back then, the bigger colleges and schools knew that some of the best athletes was at these HBCUs, and they trying to win. So they went to the HBCUs and be like, hey, if you come here, you'll be known nationally, or probably all over the world. You get more exposure. You can go to the NFL or NBA, whatever, by going to our school quicker than you would that little college in such and such town that nobody gonna never see on TV.
Exactly.
So do you think it's stuff like facilities and stuff that matter too?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But the
Definitely.
the same way that they pour money into those schools,
They could do the same thing.
could do the same
they can.
thing to the HBCUs.
More so those are private boosters and stuff though. So they need
the money.
They need the boosters from those schools. Like I think Robert Covington, who plays for the Blazers, he just gave Tennessee State, which he came from, he gave them $1.5 million to build a new sports facility. So he needs more guys like him to be like, yo, whoever got rich and you went to Howard, Morehouse, Clark, let's group up and give something back to Dion. You're at Southern or wherever he is.
Jackson State.
Let's get some guys to be like, all right, our weight room doesn't look like Alabama's, but we can make it look like something.
You know what?
But I need you guys to come on in.
And that's what I like about Dion. Dion went to that school and said, this ain't acceptable. He put his own money up.
So he recognized it
yeah.
too. So.
He said the field ain't playable.
Yeah.
We can't play on this. Yeah. He put money himself into their training facility. I think they probably got a new training facility, new field. I think the soccer team or baseball team or whatever. Like he's like, we ain't playing on this. This ain't the standard. Like how can you become elite if you playing on grass that look like just some raggedy junk where you gonna get hurt out here playing on this. Yeah. So yeah, Dion changing the game, and I think I ain't gonna say it started with him, but he's setting the trend now because he got his kids.
He could spark change.
Yeah. So it's gonna take boosters and former alumni to come back and put money back into the programs which they came from. So it could be done. Like your cousin said earlier, we got to start believing in ourselves and start going out on that limb and start doing stuff that we wouldn't normally do because we've not been told over 400 years that, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. So it's been embedded in the back of our minds to where, oh, we better not do this, or we better go to this college if we want to get known and hired and all this kind of stuff.
But let me ask y'all this: do y'all think it would be a drastic change? Because I do think it'd be a drastic change that'd catch on if, let's say, all the black players at Alabama just all up and went to an HBCU. How many people you think really gonna go and watch Alabama now? Same thing with who was another big Clemson or
because they ain't gonna be winning no more.
Florida, Ohio State.
Because the people are going and watching those schools because of the black players. Because they the majority of the star players. So if those black players went to an HBCU, guess what? Everybody, even whites, gonna start watching their college football,
and it'll start getting televised.
And then that's when they'll go, and then now all the HBCUs will be on national prime time.
And that's the thing. Once you get that TV deal, that's where your money start coming in. You know, so the game could change.
At the end of the day, the money is in us still.
Yeah,
I mean, we still hold the power.
No,
we still hold the power.
We watching the games. We buying the merchandise and all that stuff. So.
No, I'm saying the money is in us, as in black athletes is what they're watching.
Yeah.
If you took them and moved them from those schools, that's where everybody's gonna go to watch. Mm-hmm. That's everybody's going to watch to these star players.
Yeah, they are. Now it's a couple of I follow a couple of them on Instagram. It's a couple of high school players now. I'm talking about basketball in particular that 4 and 5 star recruits, and they came out openly and said they are considering HBCUs. Mm-hmm. They said they're going to visit Mikey, the Mikey kid in particular. I follow him, and he's 5-star, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to be good, and he's really considering it. Now, will he do it when it comes down to it? As far as going, I don't know. He's going to visit some, and maybe he will, but it's going to take someone like him to start changing the game.
Bring some people.
Both his parents went to HBCU.
Yeah, so he might actually do it.
Yeah,
and if he does, like you said earlier to T'Challa, all these guys, him in particular, like they grow up with other guys and play tournaments and AAU. So he's already befriended and has a bond with some other 5-star guys that's going to eventually go to college and go to the league eventually. So he should team up with them now. Like, yo, let's go to this college together.
We only going
for 1 year. Let's go put it on.
Mm-hmm. It don't matter if we
do
go
our thing, bring money, get them on TV, and then, you know what I'm saying, go into the league and do our thing. But
it don't matter if we're going to Ohio State, Florida, we staying there for a year.
Yeah.
Let's stack up the schedule, put anybody who's willing to play us on the schedule. Yeah. We're going to go whoop their ass, and then that's going to show it don't matter where you fucking go at. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It don't matter where you fucking go.
Especially with college basketball, it proves every year when you have the March Madness.
Unpredictable.
You have these schools that nobody never heard of.
Cinderella teams always.
They love calling them Cinderellas. Yeah. But these dudes been balling just the same way your kids been balling.
Yep. Who was the one this year? Oral Roberts?
Yeah.
Oral Roberts was
so,
Yep.
They beat Ohio State, beat Florida.
Yep. When you said that, the first thing that came to mind was wat's the dude named from Orlando that be doing the skits? He a Florida Gator and the Dallas Cowboys fan.
Black dude. I forgot his name though.
That guy
starts with a C, I think. I forgot his name.
McGruger or something.
Magruder. It's like
something like that. Yeah. But anyway, he said, "How do you get beat by a school named Oral Roberts?"
Do you say you're a Gator fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Florida.
Yeah. He said the first thing you think about is like brushing your teeth or something. Oral Roberts.
Yeah, that McGregor dude. I know who you're talking about. He's funny. I didn't know he was from Orlando though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn, I didn't even know that.
He's a big UCF fan too.
Oh okay.
Yeah. He had Gators and Cowboys.
Cowboy. Yeah, I know he always. Yeah, I know he was a Cowboy.
He's funny, man.
Sure.
That dude.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, McGregor or something. I know you talking about.
But yeah, man. I think back to our point, if those guys just got to put money into the place, man. Put money into the place, get the facilities up, then transfer that to like sprucing up the buildings, to better food, better equipment, and then once that because that's all kids give a fuck about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is the food good?
Look,
and is the you know what I'm saying?
Even if
what kind of shit they gonna give us?
Even if you didn't attend HBCU, but you attended one of these big name schools, but you was able to make it. A lot of the kids that go to them HBCUs came out of the same neighborhoods as y'all. So if y'all gonna give tax write-offs, I mean, because a lot of them get tax write-offs for it. If you're gonna do it, why not sow into a HBCU to help get them on a level to where they can compete with these other schools with recruiting?
You know who does that? Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. Like he give back to HBCU, and it got to be the school he went to.
Yo, he been wearing some dope shit.
Yeah,
like the sweaters and stuff like that.
Yeah, he give back. Like that's one player I know for sure that definitely gives back.
That's hometown kid right there.
Yeah, my hometown. I like Chris Paul.
CP, CP does do that.
I think if he sparked that, because like all last year in the bubble, I think like every day he wore like a different sweater or something from H. Like guess if he got powerful friends, LeBrons, Carmelos. Yo, let's just go this year. We're gonna give it to Howard. Next year we're gonna give it to Grambling. Next year we're gonna give it to Norfolk. Next year is gonna be somewhere different, Hampton, and then before you know it, like we've built up all these schools, and now it's just to get out there and get the kids. But I think that's the hard part, man. It's so ingrained in us, white kids. I mean, because white kids go to HBCUs too. Black kids to be like, oh man, why wouldn't I want to go to Alabama? Alabama puts this amount of players in the league. So I think it would be harder for football because you got to stay there.
That TV contract.
Yeah, but basketball, I think it would be not as easy, but it takes
Easier
some work
than
to
football.
Yes, it'd be easier to football. I think to convince some kids, but like T'Challa said, it does. Like the parents got to work on them too to be like, yo, consider this.
This is
not
what we
just
doing.
we got Florida, we're going to Florida. Like no, like really look at. Let's just take a visit. Let's take a visit and see how you like the energy of the school, the vibe of the school. You know what I'm saying?
Got the facilities.
Yeah. So you never know. You may like it. So, but yeah.
Hey, but this one thing COVID has done, it done brought about some type of change to where people, like, a lot of things has changed since COVID, not just your lifestyle, but the way, like, we got this movement to where they're getting rid of a lot of the old ways, and like a lot of sports, business, things are changing slowly, but it's changing. So I like to see where this wave goes with HBCUs and stuff like that. Because back in the days, HBCUs was the jump, like, and they put out a lot of athletes, a lot of doctors and lawyers, all of that.
Entertainers.
Yeah.
So Shannon Sharp went to a HBCU.
Yeah.
So not saying that it can't come back. I think it will. It's just happening slowly because we used to seeing stuff happen so fast with the day and age that we live in. But I think it's coming.
I went to FAMU, and a lot of it is how it's presented to you because the facility's there compared to down the street at FSU. It's night and day.
Yeah.
So it's like some of the high school kids coming in there, their gyms are probably better than the FAMU gym.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's a shame, dude. That's a shame.
It really is. So a lot of it's just if it's presented to them in a different way, because they're just thinking of then and there, because that's what they spend most of their time. So if you can give them just a better gym, better weight room, better cafeteria, like that's the shit that matters to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all them kids give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So think about if you got kids like playing football in Texas. My high school stadium held 100,000. Gramblin's holds 20. Why the fuck would I go to Grambling? So you have to start like updating. When football is fucking king in Texas with these high schools, they shut down some towns on Friday night to go to the game.
Yeah.
So you really, I think, HBCUs really just gotta,
So you think
just gotta up their game.
You think HBCUs have this bad stigma? I remember what it was about 3-4 years ago. You had all these HBCUs that was under investigation for mismanaging money. The presidents of the colleges was mismanaging money.
To be honest, I've never heard of that, so I wouldn't be able to speak on it. I never heard
Bethune-Cookman was one of them. Morris Brown was one of them. I think Edward Waters College was one of them. It was like 4 or 5 HBCUs that they said mismanage money.
But big schools do that too, though.
Yeah.
They're doing
No,
pay to get in.
But I'm saying, do you think a lot of that negative press would it give that stigma to where, because like
I think
you
that was
say,
around prior to that though. Prior to like them kids don't give a fuck about that managing money. I think the whole
I'm talking about as far as people or donors donating.
I think that happens at big schools. I think that same thing happens at big schools with scandals, and you got schools with the scandal with the chick from Full House paying to get in.
You know, it's a double standard when it comes to those scandals though. Like that same scandal could come out with a big name white school, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's normal," and it won't even get. It'll probably get maybe. It'll air on the TV once or twice, and then you hear about it no more.
How long ago was this? What are you talking about?
About 4 years ago. About
I think the double standard for looking down at HBCUs have existed before that, like long before anything to do with any money. I think HBCUs are looked at as they lack when it comes to like education and the professors they get and stuff like that and the facilities. I think that was around prior to that. But my sister goes to FAMU. I knew a couple people that went to Howard. I knew a couple people that went to BCC, and they've had no problems with it. No nothing. And like I said, my sister goes to FAMU now. She loves it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, it's HBCUs are looked at like schools in the projects. It's just like, you know, I'd rather go to UCF, but if I can't get into UCF, I fuck it. I guess I'll go to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. FAMU. But some HBCUs are like prestigious, like Howard, like that's fucking top of the line. You know, Clark in Atlanta, that's fucking top of the line. Morehouse, that's fucking top of the line. So, you know, it just takes more of us to, you know, take pride in, you know, just attending those universities. I've heard people speak about HBCUs and say, yo, those were some of the best times of my life and the people that I met there. Like, hands down, the experiences, like being around so many people that look like me, the best experience I've ever had in my life. So, you know.
Hey, man, yeah. Hey, here goes some notable players that went to HBCUs. Like you said, Mel, Shannon Sharp, Steve McNair, Jerry Rice, maybe the best receiver ever, Michael Strahan, Walter Payton, one of the GOAT running backs ever. You know, Earl Monroe, Willis Reed, 11 championships or whatever.
Stars.
Yeah, so those are stars. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of other names, but I'm kind of pointing the ones that's big names that's, you know. So
Steve McNair went 3rd overall in the NFL draft. If you're pro, you're pro.
Yeah.
It don't matter where you. Now I get you may get better coaches at those big schools and stuff like that. I understand. So that starts from the top too. You got to get more coaches to turn down the Alabama jobs and say I want to go to blank like Deion is trying to do. To say, yo, let's get some of these top rated position coaches to turn down the Floridas. You got the motherfuckers who want to take a job just because it's Bowling Green. It's Division I. You know what I'm saying? So get those guys to come from the Wyomings and the Bowling Greens and the Miami of Ohio to come down to these HBCUs. And I think it got to start from the top, and then it'll trickle down to, you know, the support that they get and, you know, the students that they get.
Yeah,
so
it definitely will.
Yeah. But, you know, moving on, man, I wanted to talk to you guys about something because they were talking about it on Twitter, and there was a big back and forth. Recently, I put that Vampire in Brooklyn was a terrible movie.
I saw that. You did that.
And to me, it was terrible. But I wanted to ask you guys because they were debating it. Let's say we were doing a versus type thing for a movie. Eddie and Denzel, who you taking?
I'm going Denzel.
We could do 5 or 10. It don't matter. You taking. So if I ran off Eddie's list, Beverly Hills Cop, Golden Child, Harlem Nights,
Coming to America, the first one. I don't know. Now I gotta rethink it.
Boomerang.
Boomerang is one of my all-time favorites. I might have to rethink it honestly. Even though Denzel, I think is
you talking about Eddie's greatest 10, only 10.
Only 10. Dog, that's a hard one. Now I might have to pull back on that.
I think we have to partner him up or partner Denzel up with somebody who make the same type movie. Because like Eddie, if you had to go Eddie with somebody else that make comedy movies like Eddie and Adam Sandler or something like that, I have to go Eddie because Eddie comedy movies versus Adam Sandler comedy movies, you know.
Eddie might win that 10-0.
The Waterboy might get one for Waterboy is funny though. That might get one, depending on which one it's matched up against for Eddie. But Eddie will win. Yeah, Eddie would definitely win.
But yeah, they were debating because they were debating Will and Jamie.
Will and Jamie, okay.
Acting skills, and then they were debating like a versus with Eddie and Denzel.
Well, if you had to pair Denzel up with somebody, I would say Denzel and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking too. And I would go Denzel.
Denzel might win that 10-0.
Yeah, because we all talked about it before. I think on the pod, Sam Jack got some terrible movies, man. Snakes on the Plane, Black Girl Mom.
But even his best ones. Pulp Fiction might be one. That might get him one, and that might be
A Time to Kill too.
Time to Kill.
You got that'll probably win him one.
Django.
Yeah,
but it was very small role.
Yeah, it was a smaller role than that. He wasn't lead.
But Time to Kill probably was his best movie.
He was in. Does Jungle Fever count?
That's kind of a small role too. Even though he did
his role was
Gator.
Gator. You know, he's a crackhead, but it was we talking about leading roles. So you know, the Negotiator. I thought that was a good one from
that
him
was
too.
good.
You know what I'm saying? He got some, but
Denzel don't have that much hits. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with Denzel with that.
So and I thought, I mean, I guess the type of movie may count because, I mean, thinking about it, I don't really think Eddie has any serious movies. Not 100%, and I don't think Denzel has any like quote unquote comedies.
Yeah, he don't.
Because if you really want to run down, okay, put it like this: if you really want to run down Eddie's list, probably the only person you could match him with is Denzel. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
When we talk about Life, Boomerang, Beverly Hills Cop, Norbit, Nutty Professor,
Harlem
like
Nights.
there's like the only Will Smith is like the next one you could really put him against.
Yeah.
And then he probably beats Will Smith. Like I think Eddie like really gets overlooked
He does.
for like how fucking
Long he been
his
doing
category
it.
is. I mean his catalog. It's fucking good.
Yeah, it's real good.
It's good, but I guess because like T'Challa said, it's long and but like
You gotta take that back.
how he doesn't because he's not as active, he gets overlooked.
Yeah, now we
So,
kind of
he don't really give a fuck about making movies.
Yeah,
no more.
because back when I was growing up, Eddie was the junk, like
Yeah, he was
stand
the man.
up and then movies. Like the dude is a beast, man.
And he paved the way for a lot of people, man.
he definitely did.
Yeah.
And he
So you put y'all put Denzel over Eddie?
that's hard. Dog. I gotta break it down and look at
but
the
you know
movie
what?
side by side. It'll be
They-
close.
they-
It'll be
It's
close.
a 1A, 1B type thing.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be close.
It'll be close, but if I had to say all around for the business, I would go with Eddie because I'll tell you why. Writer, director, actor in his own movies.
Multiple roles,
Yeah.
in some of those
And
movies.
Denzel, a lot of movies was he was just pretty much
Denzel.
well,
Just
he was the actor,
just actor.
Yeah.
or he was the producer. So Eddie played. He had multiple roles in his movies as far as the business part and the acting part. That for me would go further than just acting in a movie.
Yeah, I think I'd probably take Denzel. Malcolm X.
As far as the acting though, right?
Just as far as like picking a catalog, if I had to do like 5 versus 5, I'd probably take Denzel. Eddie would be close, but just some of the roles like I've seen in like Man on Fire.
Okay,
like,
I think what you-
probably pick Denzel.
I think what you'll probably have to do is just line up 5 movies.
That's
and
why I said I
line up
gotta see
another
the
5
movies.
movies,
I gotta
and
see
then
the
just
movies side
say
by
who
side.
you pick. Just because your 5 favorite may not be my 5 favorite.
Some
may
of
not be
those are
his 5
universal,
favorite.
though.
But
Yeah,
Some of those are universal.
And I don't even think they're in the same category. Then if
Yeah.
you want to put them side by side, it's different.
that's
It's-
why I say
for some
Eddie.
reason,
A
it's
lot of
different.
Eddie stuff is comedy.
Yeah, and you said you'll put Samuel Jackson to compare with Denzel, but then y'all named the movies that Samuel done and Denzel. It's not even a comparison with them. The only other person I think you probably could put in that category with Denzel is Will Smith.
I agree.
As far as hits and movies, like Will put out hits movies, like Denzel put out hit movies. Those are the only two you can compare.
So we'll switch it from Eddie. We'll switch it from Eddie and Denzel to Will and Denzel.
Well, I think Eddie has a case set to like being put. Yeah, the type of movies count, but like I don't think Denzel has had a run like Eddie. Like that run Eddie went on with Beverly Hills Cop, Boomerang. Denzel ain't never went on a run like that in his life.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about like movies, bang, 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 bang.
Pop reference.
Yeah, like like within a couple years, Denzel ain't never went on no run like that. That Beverly Hills Cop, Boomerang, Harlem Nights.
So
Coming
dang,
to
so
America.
the only person you got to compare Eddie and Will for hits.
No, Will has went on a run like that.
Yeah.
Will is
Will went on a
Will
run.
is
Yeah.
definitely went on
Yeah.
a run.
Yeah.
To where.
couldn't
That's a
miss.
good point because
Yeah.
Will went on a run to where it was
miss for
like
a minute.
within a 2-3
People
year
was
span.
waiting. Yeah, people was waiting for
$100
yeah.
million movies.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. He I think he hold the record for consecutive $100 million movies when he went on that run. We talking
Yeah.
about Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Quiet as Kept. I heard it on another, I think a movie podcast that like Wesley went on a run like that.
Yeah.
To where it was
Yeah.
like
Passenger
57, New Jack City, White Man Can't Jump.
Yep.
Like a fucking run. Blade, like that run he went on was like, god damn. Like that was pretty good. So
But you kind of forget about him too because he got
A lot of people-
blackballed
Hey,
and all
but
that.
this
so
what
he
everybody
kinda-
forget. A lot of them, they first movies was from Spike Lee joints.
Yep.
Spike Lee put a lot of them on.
Yeah. Denzel, Wesley, yeah.
Samuel.
Samuel, yeah.
you know, Spike, I think he gets like a bad rap.
He do.
You know, for how he is. But I mean, I could say the same about, you know, and it's not even a race thing, but I think once you reach that level of success, like a certain arrogance comes with you. You know, like Quentin Tarantino probably gets the same way.
Yeah.
You know, Spike Lee probably gets the same rap. You know, once these guys reach a certain level of notoriety and you know,
You the jump.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you develop that. You get you know, oh man, he's hard to work with. He's hard to work with.
He expects a certain thing.
Yeah.
now.
So, you know, and I think with Spike Lee, he's not as active, you know, but fuck, I'm 60, 70 years old. So what you
Yeah,
expect?
he not did what he not had to do.
Yeah. So staying on TV, y'all seen Snowfall?
Man, yes. You saw the most recent episode?
Yeah.
man. That's
Man.
the best show on TV, man. Hands down. Crazy.
So everybody saw
Hey,
it?
I say 1A, 1B for me. You know.
I know.
You
I know. We know your other show.
And Eggy ain't here to dog it either. SEAL team, baby.
Sales team, boy, that's your show. We know that.
So everybody saw it?
Yeah.
So how Franklin get out of this?
Dog.
His buddy gonna help him out.
Who?
The CIA.
Teddy?
Oh, he gonna
Yeah.
have to.
But see, I thought Teddy was like, yo, don't trust nobody, blah, 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 blah. But I thought he was trying to make it be like, yo, me neither.
I
Don't
did
trust
too.
me
Yeah,
neither.
don't trust nobody,
Including me, because
yeah.
if shit broke bad, I'm throwing you up under the
yeah.
bus.
We'll go find somebody
So
else.
I thought most people from, you know, looking online took that as, oh, he put that together with the chick and it kind of clicked. Well, I think that clicked later.
Yeah.
But I took that as the way he said that.
Don't trust nobody.
And I'm thinking, yeah, you talking about yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the shit that he got going on right now, that if I got to throw you up under the bus, I'm going to throw you under the
And
bus.
he going
dude.
through a lot of pressure mentally. Like,
Teddy or
and
Franklin?
he, Teddy,
Teddy,
he on that powder, man.
They both.
Yeah,
he messed up right
Yeah,
now.
he messed up. And his brother done died. And then what his dad told him to.
And then that director
That-
putting pressure on him.
Yeah. It's yeah. But
It's
they done
crazy.
signed up for another season though, so you know it's more fire.
Yeah,
to
it's
come.
coming. But yo, y'all knew the Asian reporter had to get. Somebody had to take her out. I thought
Oh, she
Franklin
ain't dead.
was gonna
She
get
ain't
her.
dead.
I know
She
she ain't dead. He
Yeah.
put her to sleep
He
and said,
said
"Yo,
the
next time you won't."
Yeah.
But I mean, now she gonna be. She
Oh, yeah.
already a little shook, but now she really gonna be like, let me
Yeah.
just fall back. But
But they already
You
getting
think
pressure
so?
from the
yeah, I think she gonna fall back. I mean, she's strong willed. She might be like, yo,
She
I'm
gonna
gonna put
fall
my
back and
story
get
out
killed.
anyway. But
What you thought that was that they gave her then? Something to just make her go to sleep?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Put her to
feel,
sleep.
feel threatened? To be
Yeah.
like, yo, they knocked me out.
And look at how they got
my
to me.
house. Yeah, they
look at how
still
they
got
me.
my house. She's still in her apartment,
Because
right?
her husband, yes,
She
her
didn't
husband
leave.
told her.
She didn't leave.
Her husband told us that don't do this.
Ex-husband.
Yeah, ex-husband.
ex-husband.
But
I
you know
thought they
he-
were still married.
Nah,
Nah.
they got
Oh.
divorced. Remember, he told her prior, like, yo, leave this shit alone.
Yeah.
When she first came to him, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you really want to go against the government? He was like, yo,
not
nah,
gonna win.
leave this shit alone.
Yeah.
Leave
Not
this shit
winning.
alone.
And then Franklin told her when they had the meeting, he said, your family can be touched.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, you threatening me? And he was like, you saying like
I'm the
gonna
one you
do
got to
it.
worry about.
It's not him.
It's not me.
It's them.
It's them. Yeah,
Yeah.
the government gonna be on your ass.
Yeah.
That shit good, man. But now this season of Snowfall just been crazy. It's been good all the other seasons, but this season just at the end of every show you just like what the
So many
it's
twists.
just
and
it's just crazy. They doing some good writing, man.
Yeah,
They doing some good writing over
But
there.
my whole thing is, everybody have a role to play. Everybody have a lane to be in. So when Franklin, he was always the brains. Whenever they've done what he say do and how he say do it, they have no problems. Every time somebody want to take the lead on something or go off and do something contrary to what he say, it always, fall further and further off the rails. So he have to run around and try to fix it and put it
But-
back together.
Let me ask you a question. But good leaders should always be open to opinions and suggestions, though, right? So if Uncle Jerome said, "Yo, I mean, maybe
He
we
a
play,
OG
maybe
too.
we playing this
Yeah.
wrong," you don't think Franklin should listen to him?
Yeah, I do. I do think
So,
Franklin should.
but a lot of that shit, like Jerome said, Franklin has gotten them into though. Like
you
picked Man Boy when you should have picked Scully, like Louis told you to. So you got us into this shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, Leon? We lost Fatback because of some shit you got us into. Like, I wasn't even fucking with you at the time. And they were shooting at me because they know I'm cool with you.
True.
So you've kind of got us. Yeah, you said you're going to get us out of this shit, but you got us into this shit.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing with Scully and Leon,
Man Boy.
No, Man Boy and Scully.
It's
It's funny how they was beefing, but Man Boy's sister is Scully's old lady, right? But Scully, you went and fucked with Leon, shot at Leon. So
because of Franklin.
So your kid being killed is kind of your fault because you put your kid and your old lady.
But they ain't gonna see that
because
that.
the same dudes that you sent to shoot them up in the same car and everything. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what I question on that? Okay, you know, the wife or the girlfriend and the daughter. Why y'all even around with them niggas?
Yeah.
Why you got your kids in the car with all these shooters, knowing that as soon as Leon recognized, and to Leon's credit, of course he killed a little girl. That's not cool.
He didn't know.
He didn't even know it was. Yeah. I just saw them dudes. So why would you even have your kid and your girl
and they
in the car with them?
They pulled out the gun on. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all expect for them to do? Be like, oh, okay,
and
you know?
shoot, shoot back.
Man, so that's number one. Like, why were they
I
even in the
thought
car?
That too. Like, why?
Yeah. Like they could have taken anywhere, and Leon wouldn't have even known what they looked like because he had never seen them before. Exactly. He recognized the dudes, so it's like,
yeah, that shit crazy. And with that, what y'all think about this? You know, Leon got the bounty on his head or whatever. If you was Franklin, wouldn't you get Leon just out of there? Leon, we don't need you around us because you putting us in harm. Because the girl just got shot. Louis got shot. So every episode, Leon's still hanging out and about with them. I'm like, that's crazy. I would be like, Leon, we gonna hit this. We get you out of town. Period. You laying low.
She only recognized Leon.
That's it.
In the car, she was like, yo, there he go, right there.
So boom. I'll be like, anytime Leon is out and about with them, he putting them all in harm. So I don't y'all think that's weird? Like, yo, I'll be like, Leon, just lay low. You can't be out with us right now.
Franklin told him. He had him in the apartment.
Yeah, Leon should have been gone right after the shooting.
Right after the shooting. I would have put him out of town. Yo, go out of town, lay low.
Franklin's way of thinking was since they gave up Fatback for the murder.
It's all good now.
That even the family members were like, yeah.
Okay, now we good. But still.
Remember, the wife know it wasn't Fatback.
Yeah, exactly.
But remember when he had Leon hiding out in the parking lot. I mean, in the apartment. Remember, Leon was in the projects. And remember, they started shooting at him then, and he ran.
No, he went to the projects. The apartment was somewhere totally different.
No, I'm saying when they had him hiding out in the apartment. Remember, he left and went to the projects. And then remember, they started shooting at him. He ran and jumped in the car with Franklin, and they pulled off. The thing is, the only one that can really identify Leon as the shooter is the mama.
To be honest, I would have killed her.
Yeah.
So, fuck it, I done already killed everybody else.
So she the one. So she the one that he should have went on ahead and took out because that was the only witness they left alive in that car.
Leon left alive.
Yeah.
But then if he killed her, he got to kill Manboy. Because Manboy going to want vengeance for his sister's death now.
My thing is, at that point, you don't know who would have killed her. Now, yes, they would because the cops was like, yo, we matched fingerprints. So that would have came out later anyway.
Yeah.
Because they was like, yo, the shells or the cases we picked up from the DNA matched Leon. So it would have came out on TV anyway. But, yeah, man, that's crazy. I think they left... I think this is the first season where Franklin seems to be like unraveling and a little shook, and he don't really have a grasp and a grip on like how to take care of shit. Because like seemingly, like everything this season has been a step ahead of him. Like he's a step too slow on the news lady shit.
And you know what? And that got something to play. I think with him getting shot from the other season. Now he on the he using the cane. It all tied like
I think it come from
but he's not step behind.
I think it come from his attention being split.
No, what I'm saying, if you tie like DA just said, he's been a step behind. Think about it, a step behind. He's on the cane. Like
You ain't woke enough, Mel. T'Challa going too deep. You ain't woke enough, baby. You don't come on, man. You gotta peep the science, man. You gotta peep the mathematics, man. A step slow, a step. Come on, man. Come on, man.
But what I'm saying?
A step. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
Listen, man.
Come on, man. Donations.
Hey, but you know the first few seasons, the only thing Franklin was focused on was the drug business.
Because he had two legs then.
Now it's split because he trying to go legit. He trying to focus on the real estate and doing that stuff with his mom, and then he missing or not as involved. He's giving orders when it comes to the other business, but he's pretty much leaving them to make certain decisions.
Let me ask you this: didn't we see this with Ghost? Trying to go legit, trying to blank.
It's the same
leaving
story.
the decisions up to everybody else, and they fucking up.
Same
But let me
storyline.
ask you a question: why does he need that? I mean, I understand why he wants to like partner with him, but why he need that black realtor dude? If you saw them statements, he had 21 million. Why I need this black real estate guy? When we got that type of capital, why we just can't go buy up shit that we want to buy up?
He's a local politician though. The black guy that he's trying to get in bed.
What other movie
I thought he
that
was a
dude
real
play
estate
in?
guy.
He needed for.
I thought he was a real estate dude.
That guy got judges.
He got people in the pocket.
So we can get permits.
So
and,
yeah.
Okay.
So we need I need that
You
connection.
get shit through.
Yeah.
Hey, that dude played in what other movie? Like his face is so
he bad.
Oh,
He ain't right.
Nasty.
I see him.
He's a
Yeah.
gangster and everything he played.
Yeah.
He is. It's on tip
The
of your
Shy.
tongue. Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He just came into the
Yeah.
shot though. I think last season.
He that dude like
The
OG.
only-
Oh yeah, the OG. That, yeah, you right.
Yeah.
That came back. Over your man, Doodah,
Yeah.
whatever. He came
Doodah.
over him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You right.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, yo, why they need this dude? But now that you say he's that, I can get you permits, I can get you licenses,
He pretty
I can
much
push
the
it, I can
rainmaker.
push it through.
Hey,
So-
he made stuff happen at the police department too.
We getting that dude kicked off.
Yeah.
So I mean, that motherfucker gave that money back.
Yeah.
That he sent this boy to be like, nah, we straight.
Yeah, 'cause
We don't need
that
we
kind
don't
of
even need
attention.
that type of.
Yeah.
So Sissy, she crushed, man. She thought this was our way out. We got him. We good. So, but Franklin, when you got $21 million in the 80s,
Yeah. Whew.
Oh man, yeah.
we can get up. That's enough to do whatever we. Yeah, in the 80s.
Yeah. That's it.
So
But yo, if you come up on that kind of money, like they got 21 million, and you living that life, wouldn't you just say, yo, let's leave? Cause we know it's gonna end one way or other, jail or we dead. So we got 21 mil, we out. Let's just
then
leave.
I kind of think Teddy left him out the drop because remember first episode he went to Teddy to try to get him to help squash the whole.
Teddy said I can't get involved. That type of shit is on
Yeah,
you.
but it's still blowing back on them too because
Now it has.
Yeah, now I have
Well,
to
Alton more so has
Yeah.
blowed back on
Hey, he's the same one that was.
Calvin from
Yeah,
the Paid in Full.
Paid him
Yeah,
for it. Like you
yeah.
say, you saw the meme. You can't trust him, boy. That motherfucker, grimy dirtbag.
Hey, Franklin had on this pops in the face with
What?
a pistol.
Yeah.
My thing is, I didn't see Alton like. Why are y'all falling for the tricks of this reporter?
And you used to be a Black Panther.
Yeah, the two Spanish dudes. Oh, she said she gonna get us a trial. Who is she to do that for y'all? She don't got that type of.
Pull, yeah.
Yeah.
So even with Alton,
And when you know the people that y'all mess with will kill you.
Yeah.
the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Alton. I didn't get his play.
He's
on
so
that one, man.
soft, man.
And I thought it was gonna be Melanie who told.
Yeah.
But from
That's
the
what I
first
thought.
episode, she
Yeah.
was like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here."
And
Pretty
you ain't
much.
seen her since. Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much, she was like, "Yo, I'm not fucking with y'all."
Yeah.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Coincidentally and ironically, it happened without her saying anything because she was like, "Yo, if it's meant to be, you'll get your story." And ironically, she got it. You know what I'm saying? So without Melanie's help.
So let me ask y'all this: what do y'all think? Do y'all think Franklin made the right call when Manboy told him to give up Leon, or should he have given up Leon?
No, he should have listened to Louie in the very beginning when she told you, Manboy is young, ambitious. He's always trying to take a mile when you give him an inch. He's the person you should kill.
Yeah.
Why Franklin made that decision to still kill Scully when Louie said He's loyal. He do what the fuck he's supposed to do. He don't try to take too much. And why he still chose Man Boy, I don't.
And Franklin wasn't gonna give up
Leon
because Franklin about loyalty and people he can trust.
Even though they was beefing.
That was still his boy. You know, they had so much past to where he wasn't finna just look at this incident that was going on now and that's his boy. Yeah. Even though Leon was still mad with him and won't have nothing to do with him, that was his boy. So, hey.
Yeah, man, this is ride or die. Yeah, I think he did right by not giving him up. Even though now all the shit that's happening and all this is still adding up because Leon is still alive sucks. But I mean, like you said,
you thought old girl was a snake?
Oh, I knew she was because early on in a few episodes she was looking funny.
Much,
yeah, and she just be looking funny. I said, "Yo, something ain't right about her."
Yeah, why she came
out of nowhere.
Yeah,
she got in his head.
If you flash back, I saw somewhere they flash back and remember the chick that used to own the club. The one who was messing with Louis.
Yeah, the older lady.
She mentioned that girl name. It was in like season 2. She like the T whatever her real name is. She mentioned her, but even this year it was like, all right, she popped up at the party, but then when you started like, who is this white guy? Who is this? Who is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's my suggestion on what you could do for this, and it's like, why are you involving yourself in this? Business. So, and the fact Franklin didn't pick up on that sooner
because he was too
busy.
Like
said, he got too much going on.
He was a step.
Step behind. I know, step behind. But then,
and them cookies will do that to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. You know, he all into her, so he ain't even thinking right. Yeah. He ain't focused like normal. But
he was going over there to depress.
Yeah, going over there. He wasn't thinking nothing about none of that, but getting up in it. You know what I'm saying? But I knew she was shady, man. I was talking to somebody else when they early on this season, maybe episode 3 or something, and I was like, man, that girl, you saw how she looked.
It always be a woman.
Yeah, I know. And then now we see, yep, she definitely dirty. And we're gonna see what Franklin do next episode. I guess they called her in the apartment making that call and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. She probably out of there. They got the guns drawn on her. Your man do Peaches, so we'll see. I don't think they're gonna kill her, but
hopefully Franklin has a plan. I think he's gonna try to maybe use her. Yep. But then it's like, yo, how can I trust you to actually do what I need you to do? Maybe I can offer you more money, and you know what I'm saying, knowing that I really won't do nothing to you, and you can't trust Man Boy. You know what I'm saying?
But I will kill you.
But the other thing is, Jerome them already on their way over there, and she done told Man Boy now.
Yeah, that's when
they coming.
Yeah.
So
and they got pagers. They don't have no cell phone.
He ain't gonna stop to make that call.
Sure
so hopefully Jerome,
come
sees
to his
like,
sense.
Bro, you don't think they're gonna be waiting on you, bro?
Yeah.
They even before she made that call, he was already like, yo, we gonna be expecting visitors.
Hey, did Leon turn around and go with him?
Yeah, he walked with him.
Okay, so maybe Franklin can page him, and he driving. Maybe he driving.
And he pull over.
Yeah. So hey, we'll see.
We'll see Wednesday night at 10 o'clock if you're watching in real time.
Two episodes left, so they like T'Challa said for the season, and they've already been greenlit for a 5th season, so it's coming back. Who comes back, and if everybody comes back, that's yet to be seen. But it's 2 episodes left, and it's 4th season, so it's been good. I caught on late, but it's been good.
You wasn't watching that first.
Yeah, I watched all that shit in like a couple weeks.
We talked about it. The rest of us were talking about on the pod, and then they finally got on and caught up.
I'm like, man, I ain't watching that jump.
But it's good. Glad you're on it now.
They had nothing else to do at the factory. I'm like, let me check. Oh, what?
This shit
good.
Hey,
2 hours later. Oh shoot.
We've been longing for something like that since they took the wire off of
the. Snowfall was right on time with that.
I read some. Lauren London was supposed to be Louis, but I guess she in the original pilot, she was supposed to be Louis, but then she removed herself because she was like she was gonna focus on her family, and somebody else was Franklin in the original pilot. Who said that? Leon was in an interview, and he was like they redid everything, and then they brought in people and recast some guys, and who you see now is,
Like I didn't even know that Franklin was from like the UK,
British,
Yep.
And I heard him, in the interview, and I'm like, what?
You're like, yo, you don't sound like that on Snowfall.
But it's a few of those black actors now.
Yeah.
T'Challa brought up a good. Let me ask you something again. That was brought up, online, to where not sure what the time is, but we'll knock it out. Do you have a problem with black artists from abroad getting these American acting jobs because they brought up like, you know, why are they casting? He's black, but why are they casting a British dude to play somebody from LA? Like you couldn't have got an LA actor to play. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to worry about Daniel Kaluuya, who's British and who grew up with Franklin, with Damson. Like, why are you giving these jobs to these? Like, it's already the pool is already small.
Probably cheap.
Like, why can we go get a dude from LA to play a LA dude? You know, so they were just going back and forth about, you know. But then I was like, yo, can you really? If Damson is killing it, like, can we really be mad? I guess you can, because it's like it's plenty of talented guys in LA who could have played Franklin.
Hey, but
It's a valid point.
Don't we say all of us originated from the motherland? We just a product of whoever bought us or wherever we was dropped off on a slave ship. He's still a brother. In my eyesight, whether he's from the UK, whether he's from wherever, he's still a black man and he got that role. So
They didn't give it to Tom Cruise.
No, but
that's
I
how
think
see
what
it.
most people problem is with that is how they perceive even us, American black people. Like their upbringing and their way of thinking is different from ours. Like, it's something.
Like, they've long said Africans look at American African Americans like with a little disgust.
Yeah.
So
Godfrey brought that up. I subscribe to his IG and stuff, and he even brought that up. Somebody asked him why do I think he's from Nigeria or somewhere over there, and he was like, why do y'all hate Americans, black Americans? Yeah, and he was like, me personally, I don't, but some people over there do. Like you said, they look at us in disgust because it's like we're not real. We're not black. We're not black enough for them. So, and that's how some Americans see the British,
African Americans,
blacks,
British American, British black.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's a different word for
black
that
enough.
word.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean, I get it, especially when you got like American black actors fighting for these jobs, and now it's like, oh, now you going to like
overseas,
Britain,
to
find a LA dude to where you got to bring on Dub C from the West Side Connection to teach him how to talk and
the slang and language.
Yeah, when you can use, like you said, somebody
that already knows it.
So I get it, but I mean,
he doing a good job. Ain't knocking
killing
it.
it. So
and that's why I said, looking back on it, like if he's really like killing it, because then they said the same thing about Daniel Kaluuya, and it was like, why'd you pick this dude to play Fred Hampton when you could have bought in like a younger looking black dude and somebody with Chicago. I get it, man, but when he kills it, that should be like, and it's not like you brought in a white dude to play Fred Hampton. So
and you don't know, and you don't know if it was some American actors
that just weren't good enough
that cast it for it, but it's like that's not the look,
or they just weren't good enough.
Yeah,
maybe you just weren't good enough.
Yeah. And dude,
but he didn't look like Fred Hampton though.
No, he didn't. Not at all.
That was something they said too. They was like he didn't really look like
he didn't portray Fred Hampton as you would think how Fred Hampton looked. Like Malcolm X, Denzel looked like Malcolm X in the movie Malcolm X.
Yeah.
So I think with casting, especially when it comes to actors or whatever, you want to get somebody that's gonna resemble them in some way, shape, or form. So when you see this person who was really that person, and you see the actor,
Will Smith looked like Ali.
Exactly
what I was thinking.
So you would be like, oh, okay, I see him. I see Ali in this movie. With Fred, I mean, it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't see Fred Hampton.
Yeah, looking at
a lot of people said that.
Yeah,
that's
like
true.
I didn't even know. Fucking looking it up, Fred Hampton was like 21.
Yeah, young.
21, 22, and they was like, yeah. So I kind of, those are some of my gripes with the movie. Not mine, but saying what people said. So, I get it. I get it. But I mean,
it still was a good movie though.
I feel like, man, if we all go and audition for the movie and they brought in a British black guy, African American, if you weren't good enough,
you ain't good enough. Yeah,
the
you weren't good enough.
The lead character in All American is also British too. Y'all know that too. So it's like,
is he?
Yeah, he's British.
Yeah,
the dude play Spencer, the main lead character.
Something going on there.
Yeah, he's British.
The dude, I was watching Doom Patrol. The dude that plays Cyborg, he's from Britain. The black kid.
Hey, watch when
Idris Elba.
Yeah. Hey, but he good in his movie.
Play the Baltimore dude.
Hey, but look, when they shoot the movie about how this podcast started, They're gonna have our British dudes playing us, man.
If anything, we can play ourselves.
Hey,
Yeah,
no, but
man.
they don't want that. They don't.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
we
mate.
might-
Hey,
and we
thank
might
you
as
for
well
tuning in.
We might as well finance it ourselves.
To Uncensored Mics, mate. you wankster.
We gonna,
wankers.
Yeah, we're gonna cast Tom Cruise to play Mel.
When Tom got to get tattooed on his stomach. And when Tom got to get tattooed on his stomach.
100 proof.
100 proof.
All right, man.
He got to get Slim on his arm.
Yo, all right.
Slim.
Yo, hey. Let's go around the table real quick, man. What white actor would you want to play your
Don't start with me. Don't start with me because I don't even know.
I go
A white actor?
I go DiCaprio, man. I guess you already Tom Cruise.
I don't know any white actors.
Dang, white.
Hey,
I'm gonna go Andy Milonakis.
hey, T'Challa.
Hey,
From Hangover, right?
No, that's
What dude I'm thinking about? Ellie Miller. The name sounds.
that's the
familiar,
dude from
but-
Superbad. From Superbad.
What he playing?
Oh, he used to have a show on like MTV.
Oh, okay. That's the name sounds.
He
familiar.
looks super young, but he was old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was old though.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, some type.
Not Brad Pitt for me. I'm finna
He
name
he
him.
45.
What the?
He doesn't age or something.
Yeah, he
Wow.
doesn't. He looks no matter how old he is, he looks super young.
Yo.
I'm not sure. He said it was something, but he was playing like a kid, and he was really like 30 years old.
Wow. Yo.
Wow.
That's crazy. He 45.
That's who's gonna play T'Challa.
No,
Oh, dude from
Michael
no,
Chiklis.
no. I'm gonna show you who's gonna play me. This kid.
from
Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yo. Dang. All right.
What's his name? Oh, Gaten Monterazzo. Ooh, okay.
Can anybody page Mr. Leakey?
Oh, we gonna get Fat Joe to play.
Eggy.
Yeah.
Fat Joe.
Yeah, man. But yeah, they're gonna cast all white people when they make a movie about the podcast. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. We want to say thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we appreciate it. Lock in with us every time that new episode drop, man. Leave feedback, leave comments, questions, critiques. We welcome all of that, man. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on our Instagram. I think Facebook. I'm not really too active on the Facebook thing. I'm out of Facebook jail, but I'm scared to even comment. Nah, man, I'm scared to even comment. But yeah, probably I'll say something. So, hey, we appreciate y'all, man, and y'all be safe. Y'all take care of each other. Until next time, we out.
And like DA said, if y'all want to live y'all life, go snort some coke, man.
Hey, do whatever y'all want, man. Do whatever y'all want. Coke, pop a perk. You saw how Trick was dancing in that video, man. Go do what you got to do, man. But y'all take care of each other, man.